Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 420 area code. I'm Sheldon Baker, and thank you for watching. What is the key to success in the CBD category? Is it mastering supply chain issues, brand development, consumer education? We'll talk with Nicole Brown, who is the Chief Innovation Officer with Open Book Extracts, to hear what she has to say about success, trends, and more right after this important message.
Not all hemp oils are created equal. Let Verdent Oasis show you why. Verdent Oasis is a vertically integrated hemp-centric raw material grower, manufacturer, and supplier. We oversee every step from soil to oil. Verdent strains are genotyped and registered by government-regulated seed banks. Our operations are HACCP and GMP certified by SGS International. Verdent Oasis has the most comprehensive global safety dossier for hemp extract, setting the benchmark for FDA acceptance and NDI compliance, the gateway to the food and beverage industry. Our hemp oil ingredients are accepted and authorized by the FDA, USDA, and DEA for interstate commerce throughout the United States. In the UK and EU, our extract is authorized as a novel food. Wholesome and pure, backed by science, legally compliant, and fully integrated with a dedicated innovation center to serve your unique marketing objectives. To learn more about the Verdent difference, visit our website at www.verdentoasis.com. Verdent Oasis, the essence of hemp.
Joining me today is Nicole Brown, who is the Chief Innovation Officer with Open Book Extracts. Nicole, welcome.
Thank you, Sheldon. Pleasure to be here.
Great to have you. Always great to see you.
You too.
Thank you. We're going to get right into a number of different questions, but first of all, as Chief Innovation Officer, what new and exciting developments do you bring to the table, to the party?
Oh my gosh, how long is the show? We have lots to talk about there. I would say, some of the biggest, most exciting trends that we're seeing going into 2022. First and foremost is surrounding research. We are seeing across the industry such an investment in research into individual cannabinoids and their benefits and their potential effects, as well as finished products themselves in various outcomes and various need states that consumers really looking for solutions. So at Open Book Extracts, we partner with an organization, Radical Science, that allows us to do real-world testing of consumer products, looking at outcomes for sleep or pain and inflammation or energy and focus. And we're embarking on all this research right now as we speak. And we're also seeing many, many partners doing the same kind of work that's going to allow consumers to have more confidence in the products that they're trying, because there's going to be data and research to validate them and back them up. And, outside of research as a very broad trend and area of innovation and focus is all of the different types of ingredients and types of products you can make. And so at Open Book Extracts in particular, we obviously focus on cannabinoids and on the non-THC cannabinoids that can range from CBG for recovery and support and relief from exercise or working out, to CBN, which people know quite well for sleep, to THCV, one of our most exciting cannabinoids. And in many ways, we see 2022 as the year of THCV, where THCV can support better energy, better focus, and even help you lose weight. So there's lots of applications that I'm sure we're going to get into more depth on, but I'll stop there.
Indeed. So now Open Book Extracts operates you really built a large extraction campus, if you will, in North Carolina. Has that helped make a difference to your product offerings?
Absolutely. So North Carolina, where we're based, certainly has a very well-known cultivation heritage for having an ideal terroir for the growth of hemp, as well as multi-generational farmers who have expert technique and beautiful farms to grow and source the plant from and to have that chain of custody back to the farm. North Carolina also has a great heritage for research itself with the Research Triangle in Raleigh-Durham. And that's allowed us to have access to great team members that we've recruited from all different kinds of industries, as well as developing with the universities and medical research institutes that are here in North Carolina. So we think North Carolina gives us quite a strategic advantage in the category and has been a wonderful home for us from the beginning.
And I think most of the time, pretty good weather, right?
And pretty good weather is right. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I opened the show by saying, what is the key to success in the CBD category? How would you respond to that question?
I think the key to success in the CBD category is quality and science. And so having good quality products with science and research to back them up is the best key to success. And when it comes to quality, it's everything from your supply chain, understanding where your products are made, how they're developed, and then having a team behind them that can create those sophisticated, elegant, and efficacious formulations that are going to work. And then, as we mentioned at the start of the show here, backing that up with the science and the research to prove it. And that's going to help consumers have trust in the products that they're choosing and know that they are going to work and solve their problems that they want to be solved.
You mentioned radical science just a few minutes ago. What specifically are you doing with that group?
So Radical Science has developed a platform to be able to validate consumer products both quickly and in a cost-efficient manner. You know, typically in other industries, it can take millions of dollars and years to conduct research, and that's too much time for an industry that's growing this fast and already has widespread adoption. So with Radical Science, we're able to partner with them to offer that platform to the clients that we serve. And so the products that we can develop for our clients can go straight into their platform for that validation and that consumer data to back it up. And we ourselves are leveraging the Radical Science platform to better understand the formulations we develop and the products that we create. So as I mentioned, we have 3 studies that we're currently conducting. One that's looking at different formulations for better sleep outcomes. One that's looking at outcomes for relief for pain and inflammation. And one that's looking at supporting better energy and better focus, and with a lens even on weight loss to understand how those formulas can potentially even support reductions in cravings and overall better health benefits.
Everybody's always looking to lose weight, huh? So, yeah,
Always.
you're right in there. That's great.
That's right.
Traceability, compliance, and safety. Would you agree those are 3 key areas you need to focus on?
Absolutely right. So, you know, with traceability, understanding the lineage of your products, knowing not just what that final outcome is, but all the steps that it takes to create a high quality product. Safety being paramount there, of course, wanting to understand what's in your products is safe for you, is safe for everyone to take. And compliance in the cannabis industry and certainly in the CBD industry, being very familiar with the rules and the regulations that are evolving by the minute and staying up to date with that so that you're creating things that are going to be compliant in the market where you might be selling direct to consumer online or you might be on a retail shelf, and having a very firm understanding of what compliance means and how to make sure your products are always going to stay safe and compliant.
And I would imagine all those attributes, if you will, it comes down to people to be able to do all that. And I know that your team, the Open Book Extracts team, consists of people with an extensive background in the nutraceutical industry. Was that the goal from the start? You wanted to get into that industry, and we're going to raid those companies and bring those people over? Was that part of the plan?
It certainly was. And, you know, we like to say to make the best products, you need the best people. And for us, seeking out people from outside the cannabis industry, as well as those within it, to create this joined forces of a team that both understands the nuances and the challenges and the creativity that comes with developing products in the cannabis space, and coupling that with experts from nutraceutical industries, from food and beverage, food scientists, quality professionals that understand how to make those products that are going to be long lasting. You know, at Open Book Extracts, we see the CBD industry and all the various cannabinoids within it as being a mainstream part of a long-term health and wellness lifestyle. And so we wanted to bring in experts and professionals that could help to develop products that we think are going to become a regular part of your routine, the same way you take your vitamins every day, the same way you're taking your supplements, your functional beverages to feel better and to be proactive about your health. And so it was quite intentional to bring the team together that we have here.
Well, it seems to be working, huh?
It seems to be working, is right. We've got one of the most outstanding teams.
Very good. Well, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk more about Open Book Extracts and CBD and how do you educate customers and things like that. So stick around, everyone. We'll be right back after this message.
Not all hemp oils are created equal. Let Verdant Oasis show you why. Verdant Oasis is a vertically integrated hemp-centric raw material grower, manufacturer, and supplier. We oversee every step from soil to oil. Verdant strains are genotyped and registered by government-regulated seed banks. Our operations are HACCP and GMP certified by SGS International. Verdant Oasis has the most comprehensive global safety dossier for hemp extract, setting the benchmark for FDA acceptance and NDI compliance, the gateway to the food and beverage industry. Our hemp oil ingredients are accepted and authorized by the FDA, USDA, and DEA for interstate commerce throughout the United States. In the UK and EU, our extract is authorized as a novel food. Wholesome and pure, backed by science, legally compliant, and fully integrated with a dedicated innovation center to serve your unique marketing objectives. To learn more about the Verdant difference, visit our website at www.verdantoasis.com. Verdant Oasis, the essence of hemp.
Talking to Nicole Brown, the Chief Innovation Officer with Open Book Extracts. Nicole, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Open Book being a one-stop shop for companies who are in the CBD industry. You offer just about everything. Would you explain what everything is?
Absolutely. So, when we started the company back in 2019, we wanted to start with the foundation of those high quality ingredients. And so we've now expanded that portfolio of ingredients to, over 26 raw ingredient SKUs ranging from distillates to isolates like CBG and CBN and THCV and others. And as we came to market, we became to understand the complexity of the supply chain and the challenges that our clients were facing when it came to having access to high quality formulations and expertise when it came to developing those types of formulations, as well as the manufacturing landscape of finding manufacturers who are having good manufacturing practices that are working in the space and that can be relied upon. And so as we evolved as a company, we expanded our offering to not only carry those and develop and produce those high quality raw ingredients, but to be able to carry that through the entire process of bringing products to market, so that when we work with a client, we can start all the way at the beginning from taking a client concept of a collection of products or a new brand that wants to be launched in the market, developing those formulas and formulations, in the right form factor, whether that's making a gummy or a tincture or products for pets, and then having the network in our supply chain that we've vetted and that we work closely with to guarantee that we're going to be able to deliver those products in the quality fashion that our clients deserve and deliver them on time, and communicating throughout so that we're taking that burden off of the clients. We were talking to clients that were managing, 15 different partners just to produce one product, and that's exhausting. And so we've simplified that. We've created that trust that you can come to us and that we can take care of take that manufacturing load off of those clients. Let us block and tackle for you, and let you get out there and bring those products to market and do that work on your side. So that's really that one-stop shop that we've been able to bring to market, hundreds of brands successfully to date at this point, and more to come.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Let's talk about trends, because I know you're big on trends. You write a lot about it. You talk a lot about it. Trends in the CBD industry, trends in the nutraceutical industry in terms of CBD and the other part of it, maybe even trends in the personal care side. But let's talk about trends in the CBD industry. What do you see taking place there?
Certainly. So a trend that's been continuing into this year is that focus on creating functional products. And so what that means is looking at products that are not a one-size-fits-all for everything that you need solved in your life, but finding unique products that are going to help you sleep better, or that are going to help you with your exercise routine, or that are going to give you energy, or just relieve your anxiety, improve your mood. So there's a long and growing list of all of these different areas that are worthy of solutions and that cannabinoid products are uniquely suited to solve. Within that ecosystem, one of the biggest trends we're seeing is around beverages, and particularly functional beverages as well. So we've all been familiar with taking different supplements or parts of our routine, whether that's in a smoothie or a shake or a juice. And now you're starting to incorporate cannabinoids into beverages, which is a format that is beloved by consumers. And so there's enough technologies that have advanced to allow for the development of high quality beverages that are going to be sitting on shelves in many mainstream retailers that are opening their shelves and their doors to these types of products that can both be a part of your health and wellness routine, an alternative to alcohol. We're seeing that sober curious movement, or that sobriety movement of people know how damaging alcohol is and has been to our health. Well, there's another way to unwind. There's another way to have that moment of relaxation in your day, and that can come from these types of beverages. So we're seeing the beverage category in particular as one that is continuing to grow and is going to be, I think, a mainstream part of our daily lives and as part of our shopping routines at our regular stores that we go to.
Right. And I think beverages are big not only in our country, but they're big globally, aren't they?
Right. Yeah, it's a worldwide trend that this adoption of being able to grab a beverage off a shelf, or drop a tablet or some powder into your water bottle and receive those health benefits, receive those stimulating or mood uplifting or whatever your outcome is you're looking for, is something that consumers have fallen in love with, and that there's so many more options that are becoming available to them.
And I said globally, you are a global company. I know you've got an office in Tokyo and I believe some other parts of the world, so you really do a lot of business in foreign lands.
We do. We have our European headquarters in Amsterdam. We do have offices located in Japan. And we service clients all across the globe in 27 countries and counting.
Fantastic. A question I just have to ask. I get this all the time. In fact, I got it today coming into the studio a few hours ago. Delta 8 THC, is that dead?
I think I got asked that question today too. And, it was a big trend in 2021. For sure. And I'm sure many viewers and listeners out there are familiar. And we think that it is kind of descending in levels of interest now. That, what was a fad or a trend that people were attracted to has now kind of started to wane in levels of interest, that whether those products weren't of the highest quality, which many of them weren't, or just didn't deliver on their promise to what their consumers were expecting, versus the wide variety of options that are available with cannabinoid products now, whether that is beverages like we spoke about, gummies, which are continuing to explode in growth, not just in the CBD category, but in the nutrition category as well. So I think that, whether it's completely dead, we know there's still many states in the U.S. and other where there is levels of interest, but it's not rising the way we saw last year. And I think it's probably not going to be on the map for that much longer.
But I think in some states, too, it's illegal. Am I correct in that thinking?
That's correct. It's currently illegal in 19 states. And, that number grows, week by week and month by month as far as where those states have, based on the quality of the products and otherwise, determined that it's not a substance that they believe consumers should have.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I hope all those people who asked me that were listening. So if not, they'll just have to roll tape later and get that information. So, according to an article last year in Progressive Grocer magazine, 58% of Americans still do not understand the difference between CBD and THC. So as an ingredient supplier, what is your position to try and educate the public about the difference? Are you able to do that?
We certainly are. And, from, our position as, an ingredient producer and manufacturer, we take that role as an educator quite seriously and are constantly seeking opportunities for thought leadership, whether it's, joining, shows like this to share our points of view, or speaking at conferences, or writing white papers and distributing that as widely as we can to get that message out there. But the best way we can do it is partnering with our clients, who they're on the front lines with the consumers and with the products that are going to help let consumers understand the difference. And so they're the ones that are having the greatest opportunity and have the greatest burden to help educate and show consumers the difference between a CBD product or a THCV product and something with THC in it, and what those distinctions and differences are in the experiences of those products, and how that role can play out.
Great. See, now I used CBD a little while ago. Of course, if I used THC, I probably wouldn't even be able to think straight. I'm just joking there. But speaking of consumers and CBD, and I know we've talked about this, and I've seen you read articles that you've written, and that's regarding cost. Consumers go into the store and they see this high cost of a CBD product, what I call a legitimate CBD product, because there's a lot out there. You can go to a gas station or you can go to wherever and find a product. But when you go into a health food store or a legitimate store and you see the high price of a product, why is that? Why does it cost so much?
So, it goes back to that lineage of products. And when you're making high quality products, the multiple steps that go into that process. So, going back to the cultivation step and, the cost of being able to grow hemp and harvest and then process. We're sitting right now where I am in a 76,000 square foot facility that is GMP certified. That stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. And that is a delineation that is delivered through annual audits, that you need to be compliant with all different protocols. And all those protocols require people and require processes and require investment to maintain. So everything that's going into that tincture bottle that you see on shelf, or that bottle of gummies, is encompassed in what it takes from a level of investment to produce that product. And so, when you see that high price tag, that price tag in many cases is a signal and a representation of the quality that went into it, the people behind it, and the work that went into it to make sure that it's going to be that quality and safe product that you want.
Fantastic. I hope that helps a lot of the people that are listening. We just have a few more minutes, but I did want to ask you a question. I recently read about the FDA signing off on human CBD trials treating opioid addiction. Are you aware of that? And any comment?
I am. And it's a great step that we see, a regulatory body like the FDA, who up until this point in the industry has not entered into the space to provide any regulatory oversight or guidance. It's been hugely lacking, and it's prevented a lot of the larger companies from participating in the space. That's why you're not seeing those name brand products necessarily in market yet because of that. So the fact that the FDA has approved and is recognizing a study specifically on how CBD can be helpful in the treatment of opioid addiction is great. We know there is a precedent to that with Epidiolex, which is an approved pharmaceutical drug that includes CBD. So we see that as a baby step in the right direction for the FDA, recognizing that there is some health promise here and some opportunities. And we're hoping that, this year or as soon as they're ready, that there will be some insights that they'll be able to provide and that guidance that everyone's craving.
Fantastic. Nicole, thanks for joining me today. Appreciate it. Those of you who want more information, you've seen the URL, the website on the screen, Open Book Extracts. That's with an S, openbookextracts.com. You can find out more about Open Book Extracts, and you can contact Nicole that way as well. So thanks very much. Continued success to you and everybody out there in North Carolina or wherever they may be based around the country or around the world. You've been watching the 420 area code. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Not all hemp oils are created equal. Let Verdant Oasis show you why. Verdant Oasis is a vertically integrated hemp-centric raw material grower, manufacturer, and supplier. We oversee every step from soil to oil. Verdant strains are genotyped and registered by government-regulated seed banks. Our operations are HACCP and GMP certified by SGS International. Verdant Oasis has the most comprehensive global safety dossier for hemp extract, setting the benchmark for FDA acceptance and NDI compliance, the gateway to the food and beverage industry. Our hemp oil ingredients are accepted and authorized by the FDA, USDA, and DEA for interstate commerce throughout the United States. In the UK and EU, our extract is authorized as a novel food. Wholesome and pure, backed by science, legally compliant, and fully integrated with a dedicated innovation center to serve your unique marketing objectives. To learn more about the Verdant difference, visit our website at www.verdantoasis.com. Verdant Oasis, the essence of hemp.